Hello everybody, welcome. This is Christy at My Artful Adventures, and today I am I'm in an event over in the Crafty Bunch, and I'm going to be continuing working on a junk journal that I already have started. And oh my gosh, what is that back there? I can see I didn't know there's like a broom standing up back there. Well, that's real life, right? Oh my goodness, how funny is that? So we are going to get started today. Oh, my nose is itchy. Um, there's some old wives' tale about that, right? What is that? Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks for getting me in there. I certainly do appreciate that. And I'm going to go over to see where I am on my page so I can see comments better, you guys. And hopefully today we will have good luck with that. You never know, right? Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't, but there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to forge ahead, right? And forge ahead we will. So let me see here. We are going to, this is I'm going to show you, I'm going to put you down at the desktop in a second. When you come in, say hello. I am first today in our event here. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? And so yeah, pop on in when you say hi. So, a lot of times when you go second or you're following the first person, there usually are more people that, follow on over. So, just refresh your page as we go through and you'll see all the presenters today. And I hope that you have a wonderful time. It's Crafter's Choice today. And so we are going to, we'll see a variety of things that people have in store for us today. And that is always a lot of fun to see what everybody does for us. And you just never know. We have crafty people, you never know what they're going to do, right? So it's always a lot of fun. Let me see. I'm going to share myself into another spot here. And why it's always so hard to find, I have no idea. It's just one of those things, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm done with that, and I'm going to, let me see if I can put you down here. Hi, Estella, how are you? I'll show you the book that we've got going so far, and it's a junk journal, but today we're going to work on a folio because you can put a folio inside a junk journal if you want. This is a slip spine. You guys, I gotta move that. That's gonna drive me crazy because I can see it too. Phew, that's annoying. There's already enough junk back there. I don't want to look at that for the day. Okay, so I gotta get a new chair pretty soon, you guys. It's just crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna put you down here to the desktop so you can see. Phew, I wasn't sure that was gonna work. Oh, why is that such a weird color? What in the world is going on there? Oh, you guys, that's weird. That is so very strange. That's not gonna be fun. Let me take a quick peek and see if I can tell what's going on there. Oh, I don't know. You know what though? It popped up something there. Let me see. It's not supposed to be doing anything on there. What's new in calendar, you guys? Oh my word. What's it doing to us? Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so sorry. What in the heck? What the hidey-ho? Oh my goodness. Well, there we go. That's better color, right? Maybe that was worth it. Maybe that was worth it. Because that was not going to look good. Although now it's blowing it out. Way too bright. Let me see if I can. You guys, what is it? Some days are just, we can't have that. Nobody's going to be able to see it. Oh. 1 minute it's too dark and the next minute's too bright. Are we going to get anything done? Okay, you know what? Okay. Okay. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Nobody move it. Phew. Okay. Here is the junk journal. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Okay. So boy, what time is it? Well, okay. So here is the cover that we got started, and I put slip spines in, and I've shown you all the way. Go ahead. There's been 2 of them, and so one of them I assembled it from the very beginning. So if you have never done that and you need to know, the one thing I omitted to tell when I was, showing that was that I use chipboard in here. And if you don't have any chipboard, you can use several boxes of something like a cereal box or, other food packaging, whatever packaging you have that is going to be big enough for the size that you want. And you can go from there. I would not suggest that you use like corrugated, like regular cardboard, because that will it'll kind of degrade over time, and it's got that squishy middle. So you want something that's heavy, right? Yes, Cheryl, isn't it? I love these colors. It's so different. And you guys, these were from an Etsy seller online, and I think her name was Fantasia, and it's spelled different, Fantasia Digitals, and that was where this part came from. And I have some different things that I'm going to use for some of the pages. And this is a different person. And I just want the whole thing to be different and bright. And today's, you guys, I completely forgot to write this down. I'll have to go back. This is another Etsy person, but this is going to go with this, right? Look at that. Look how great that's going to coordinate, you guys. And so this one I got to do today. And so I've printed it out. And now you can see that this is going to be a lot smaller. I just printed it at the size that she had it. And I don't care if it's smaller, because I actually kind of wanted it to be a little bit smaller. Hey, Martha, how are you? Hi, Lisa. So you can always just, you can put different size things in. And whether, who knows, maybe I'll end up sewing it into another signature. I'm not sure. And as time goes on, I'm going to show you, even though I've only got two bands here, as we go through the process, I'm going to show you how you can add more than just one on a slip spine. Okay? So that's kind of where we are with that. So let's get going. We're going to have to get cutting here. And I'm just going to start at the very beginning here. The whole thing, I just wanted to show everything from start to finish. And because you never know, somebody might pick up some kind of a little tip that that you have for them along the way. You just never know. You can use nice long blade scissors for some of this part. If you want to cut some of these with a paper trimmer, you can do that. That works great too. I love this particular, you guys, I hate not being able to give her credit. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can't bring it up here real quick, because nothing is worse than people wanting to know where you got something and it seems like you're trying to be sneaky or something. Let me see if I can find her real quick. So, oh, I know, it's something like, her little shop is called The Ephemeral Fox. All together. The Ephemeral Fox. So just take ephemera and just add an L on it. So that was where that came from. And it was called something like Wildflowers or something. But you guys, there are just so many things and available on Etsy, and people who have spent the time and effort on these things, and sometimes the prices that they offer them for is just amazing. Just a great deal, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this off. I'm gonna grab out smaller scissors because that'll just be a little bit easier, and we'll just kind of walk them around here. And when you're doing curves and things, I gotta grab it in a different place. When you're doing some fussy cutting, a lot of times you do as much turning of your paper as you do actually, moving your scissors. And it just makes it a whole lot easier to do your fussy cutting like that. And you want nice, sharp little scissors. And you want them to be comfortable. These little scissors with this yellow and black, they're called Cutter Bee. And I've had these for the longest time. I also have a pair that are from Stampin' Up, and they seem to be just like them. So I don't know who has manufactured the other ones from Stampin' Up, but they are just as comfortable as these. And so either one of those is going to be great. Everybody has their own favorite kinds of scissors. But you know, like I said, you want them to be comfortable. Nothing is worse than trying to cut something out and it just be miserable the entire time. Hey, Susan, she's over there watching us on YouTube. I didn't even tell you guys. A lot of times most of the time, I try to stream both on YouTube and Facebook. Now, you can see on here, did I put this right? Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted. No, that's the wrong one. That was the wrong one, you guys. Oh, my goodness. Did I even ever do the right? Well, we'll just work on this one. I wanted it to, this is printed wrong, you guys. Hang on a second. Where's the one that's, well, here, let's use, oh my goodness, I gotta start over. You know, when you're printing things, you want to make sure, if it's got script on it, you want to make sure that it's not backwards or upside down. Oh my word. I'll hurry, I promise. I'm off to a fabulous start. You know, hey, it is what it is. You know, I was messing around because I decided I wanted the little flap to go the other direction. And so I got that by telling, like, and I didn't have to do anything except when I got to the print settings. And I told the print settings to do, I think it was do it, you know, I'm going to see if I can just do this quick like this. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if I'll like this or not, or if it'll be hard. Oh, I don't like that at all. That's too hard. It feels like I have no control. What was I saying? Who knows? What are you guys saying? Hey, Judy, how are you? I know, you guys. You know, I love vintage and soft-looking things as much as the next person. But, you know, I just decided I wanted to do something bright and colorful. And so this whole journal is going to be bright and colorful. Although, when I picked the back paper of this to print on the back, I picked something kind of soft. But, you know, you got to have somewhere kind of an easier place for your eyes to rest when everything is bright and vivid and, you know, so much going on, which I'm sure you'll agree that all of this design has a lot going on, right? At some point, you need kind of a soft place for your eyes to rest. And so that's why I decided to do a softer thing on this side. I don't know what's going on with my lights. Okay, so we've got that. And then there's pockets that we can do. Let me just move some of these out of the way. What have you guys been up to? I want to know, who of you got snow? Who got snow during all this cold, cold time? Is it printed on cardstock? This is printed on cardstock. It is I actually have it right here. I buy reams of this cardstock, and I used to buy Nina, and it's so expensive. And this one is called Accent Opaque Digital Paper. It's 8.5 by 11. It's 80 pounds, but it's 216 grams. And so this works really well. It goes through my printer really easy. And I've had other things that would not go through the printer. And so, you know, that's one thing that is nice about it. I mean, it doesn't do me any good to have a printable if I can't get it to print on the paper that I want to use, right? And sometimes people just use a heavier weight, you know, printer paper. You can use 24-pound, isn't too bad. If you can, and 28-pound is kind of harder to find, but you know, you can find it. And those are, you know, a heavier weight paper. You don't want to use something that is too lightweight because it doesn't give you the stability that you are going to want if you're making something with it, right? You want it to stay together, and you want it to be, you know, not so flimsy as you are either building it or using it, because you know, you want to be able to use it, right? And you know, the different kinds of paper you use also can have a lot to do with how your colors print on it. This isn't too bad for the colors. And you guys, as you cut the little tabs out, these are going to be glue tabs, and as you cut them out, they don't have to be perfect because they're going to be tucked under the rest of your pockets or whatever it is you're doing. They're going to be tucked under, so don't worry about those flaps being, you know, just perfect as you cut their edges. And I tell you what, you guys, I can't tell you how much of a difference there is with having scissors that have super long blades. These are those Tim Holtz tonic scissors that are the long blades, and I tell you, it just makes a world of difference in cutting things out that are long. So if you're somebody who likes to cut out, you know, some of the scrapbook paper they're printed several little cards to a page, and you can just use these scissors and cut right through it, you know, and have really straight lines. It's easy to make nice straight lines when you've got great big long blades, because then you're not like trying to chop, right? Susan, is that towards snow? Were you answering snow? I still want to know how many of you had snow. If you had snow, type in snow. I know a lot of places people got snow. They're not used to having snow, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's trim out this tiny little spot here. Now see this, this purpley color, I think, was another one of her background paper options. So that was nice. In fact, I think I printed that on the back of something here in a second. We'll see it. So you know what? Don't ever feel bad about starting a project from something that's like a printable, or you know, something that someone else had spent a lot of time designing, because you know, you can make it totally different as you go along. Oh, see here, this one, it's not quite the same, but see, this was another thing I wanted to do so it had a nice resting place, and that's, I don't know. I guess I have that right. I was afraid that one got upside down, but I think it's the right direction. So we've got a lot, even though this only has 2 panels, you're probably like thinking, what in the world are you going to do with this many pockets and flip-flaps and all that jazz? So I'm going to show you. Once we get them cut out, they'll go together quick, right? Snow. V Journal had snow. Judy had snow. Deborah had snow. Oh my goodness, you guys. How much snow do you think you got? I'm curious about that too. I know I have friends down in Houston, and they were posting all these pictures about playing in the snow. They're certainly not used to that. I saw another friend. She lives somewhere. She lives about 50 miles from the Gulf, and she had snow too. I don't remember what state she's in, but yeah, people are just so surprised. Isn't that just a strange happening? Oh, Judy says she's minus 13 today. That's chilly. It's been cold. It's been colder than normal here too, you guys. We're up a little bit, and I think we are at the end of of our cold snap. We're supposed to be back into the 50s here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's still going to be in the 20s at night, though. Our nighttime temperatures are still awfully cold. So, there's that. Okay. Whew, that was kind of trying to get around that little curve with these big scissors was a little hard. Martha says 20, snow Monday, miserable 5 degrees. Yeah. 10 degrees, minus 15. Yeah, I tell you what. And how do you, tell me, do you like to know the real temperature, or would you rather have people tell you the feels like temperature? I want to know what the real temperature is. My husband always tells it in the feels like temperature. I just want to know what the temperature is. Liz says, no snow in West Texas. Yeah, we didn't get any snow in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We got snow, when was it? Last, I don't know, a week or so ago. I can't remember now. We did get snow then. Not tons of it. No, we didn't have a lot of it that stuck. But yeah, we seemed to, I saw that, the graphic for the weather that was kind of the, you know, showing where they anticipated that, you know, polar vortex coming into the south. And where we live, we were just kind of sitting right at the top of it, on the outside edge of that. And so, I mean, from their little chart of what all the things meant, I wasn't sure if we were going to get any or not. But we didn't. We didn't get any snow. But man, it's cold. And you always have to remember to, you know, deal with your water lines and stuff if you're not used to getting that. A lot of people don't know how to do that, or that they should. And they can end up with some real problems. Okay. I want to know, how many of you ever bought a printable of something and put it together? Oh no, Liz, I did not see that, but I'm not surprised. All that snow was odd down there, wasn't it? Well, I'll have to check. Actually, I'm not, my one friend who lives down there, I'm not so sure that she might be gone. She was getting ready to leave and go on a cruise. She might already be gone. She missed snow. But boy, you know, if cities and places are not prepared for that, it makes it hard, because they just are not prepared to, you know, get around in it or to clean it off or do anything. I did see last week, we had gone over to Dallas, and on the way, I kept seeing a whole bunch of the digital signs on the highway saying that they were pre-treating for icy roads. And I mean, it was days and days before it even turned cold here again. And I thought, well, I don't know what they were doing, if it was going to stay that long or not. But, you know, they'd been threatening that we were going to have that cold anyway, right? Oh, Janet says she just bought one. Oh, and you had your husband print it. Nice. Were you happy with the way that it came out? Liz says she's only purchased one printable. V Journal says she's bought several kits from Sweet Pea Curiosity, and she used them for journals. She also has a mega bundle from a shop that she prints off frequently. You guys, you know what? I don't know if any of you ever look for printables on Etsy, but this seems to be a new thing that some of the people are doing over there. Some of the designers are now offering like special deals to where if you or you can like pay a certain amount and have access to everything in their shop. That's it. It's a flat rate. And it seems like they're doing it for, hang on you guys, I'm trying to find my one thing that has the best scoreboard thing. And now I don't see it. Well, we'll use this. We can use this one. You did like it. Nice. But yeah, they've got this real interesting thing that they're doing. Okay, I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to line this up along the sides here, because I can see where my little whoops. Oh, I had to move it, and then it's all out of whack. So this down here is there we go. Okay. I wish I would have pulled out my other score. Well, I keep grabbing it and having to move it because my fingers are in the way. Oh, you bought one of the whole shop's bundles. You make your own, yeah. You make your own AI images and print them. Yeah, that has gotten to be a big deal. And it's kind of fun. It can be fun. It can also be annoying. Trying to get something that you're happy with for an AI thing. And I know a lot of the designers are actually starting with AI images and then tweaking them for things that they're making their printables with. And if you look, they tell you that in the description of, you know, the information of either an item for sale or in the shop itself. Hey, Nyla. There's our Texas treasures there. How are you doing today? Nyla, did you get any snow? I haven't heard about down there where you are. But I'm wondering. Oh, thanks for sprinkling. Know how to do double-sided. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's all a learning process, right, Judy? Or not Judy, Janet, sorry. You just have to figure it all out of how to do the double-sided. Martha says she doesn't have a printer. You can, yeah, and sometimes you can buy them already printed. And sometimes you can even ask if, sometimes they'll have printed that you can buy the kit. I've seen that before too. You can either buy them and print them yourself, or sometimes they have them to where you can, you know, do it like that, which is nice. I mean, that way a lot of people who might not be able to use them are able to use them and make them like that, right? Every printer, oh, you're so right about that, Judy. Every printer is different. And it's so hard to remember. You know, part of the time, even though I use mine all, and you guys, I tell you what, if you are ever thinking about getting a printer, you need to be aware that you need to be printing fairly regularly, or it gets to where it doesn't do right. I have had probably over many, many years, I have had either 2 or 3 printers that were ruined because they sat too long in between times that they were used for printing. And it might have been because I was out of town for an extended period and nothing got printed on them. It might have been I had them for something specific and then I didn't do it and they were ruined. And it's just sad. I mean, and nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you if you don't use your printer regularly that it's not going to work right. But I'm telling you, it can happen. And it's really sad to, you know, because then basically you're left with what? A giant paperweight. So what are you going to do with it? You know, it's kind of a pain. All right. And then last but not least, let's, I'm going to kind of put the, oh, let's bump it up here, and that should make it easy. I really wanted to do this to where it, now I might bump that over a little bit more to one side to make sure it folds right. Okay. Yeah, and you know, it just depends. Some people like their fold to be on this side. Some people like the fold to be on the other side. This is just the way that this one came, so we'll just go with that, right? Okay, there we go. We got 15 minutes still to work on this. You have an HP. Oh, you guys, those EcoTank printers, if you're thinking about getting a printer, oh my goodness. I love my EcoTank printers, and they are so great. You do not have to do all of that ink changing. I was not happy with the subscription thing where, you know, supposedly it knows when you need it, or they send it. You can even tell them. I was not happy with that at all. It didn't work well for me. I'm going to put this on the back. Even though it's going to cover a bunch of this up, I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Is anybody else over on, you know, sometimes, I know sometimes people will watch on YouTube and not be able to comment because of the way you have to sign in and deal with that, and it's kind of an odd setup. Like sometimes I would like to comment, but it wants you to have, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to make another YouTube channel. I have one, and sometimes, you know, I don't need to be signed in to somebody else's YouTube thing with my business name. I just want to watch and sometimes comment, but it wants me to make a channel to be able to comment. And you know, I kept telling people, as long as you just sign into your YouTube account, you know, you'll be fine, you won't have to. And I found out that was not true. It wants you to do that. Now, when you've got the little tabs, it gives you kind of more room in your pocket. If you want it tight, just cut the tabs off and it'll work like that. Now look at this one. We're going to put this back on here. Look how pretty that's going to be. Isn't that gorgeous? So if you want it a little tighter, you could just do that. And I am going to burnish them though, so that they will be tight. But it's kind of nice to have a little bit more room in case you want it, right? So we got lots of pockets. There were other things too. I mean, there was more stuff I did not choose to print. I like how many options people give you. I actually think there were some other designs that coordinated with this that were other, like pockets, or I don't even remember. There was more to it than just this. Some of the other things you had to purchase separately though. Linda says she's got an Epson Eco printer. She just needs to start ordering printables. There you go. Right, Linda? You got to have something to print. And Sherry says she has an EcoTank 2800. She did not sign up for printer refill. No, that was what I was talking about. That, well, I don't know. Will they do that? Because you don't need to sign up for that. They'll last you forever. I mostly am going down on my black right now, but you guys, those little tank things will be forever. Just forever. I think I've had one of those little 2800s too, and it was a nice printer. That was one of them that was in a spot in the house that you know, does not get used all the time. And there you have it. Let's put a little side pocket over here. That'll be fun. Maybe YouTube changed. You can comment on videos now. Click something. Wasn't for a channel. Interesting. Maybe I just wasn't doing it right. Who knows? You never know. And they change all the time too, right? You just never know. Okay, side little tuck pockets on the sides are nice too. So we're just gonna put a little glue on here, and this is that reptile glue. It comes in a bigger bottle, and I just put it in these smaller needle nose ones because it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to stick really, really well. And so you guys look at this. See how pretty this is with this softer inside? Then the bright colors still pop out on here. Now, one thing I will say, if you are going to, and make sure you fold it over to make sure it's, you know, you don't have this in the way of your score over here. And you guys, when you are working on, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, when you print, if you need to resize something, make sure that, let's say you're going to resize it to, maybe you want it a lot smaller, and you want it to be 80%, okay? Make sure that when you do that, that everything that you do in the collection, that you resize it to match. Because that way, you know, then you don't have to mess with anything. Just make sure that you are doing all of that on the same percentage, okay? You like the ink bottles too. Mine is a 3830. Yeah, I tell you what. Is it an Epson, Diane? Yeah, Linda, some of those, let's see, hang on a second. This is kind of pretty, except if we put that, it's going to be on the front. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Oh, why not? Except, you know what? This is one of those where I'm going to make it a little bit tighter. So for that, I'm just going to snip this off. And then if it doesn't have the little glue tabs, all you do is you just put a little glue. And I'm actually, let's see. I was going to say, do I want to do, you could make this as a side pocket. She only had the little, the glue tabs on two. So she was using it. You could have put it like in here and done, you know, you could, yeah, I could still do that. Do it like that. Then you got a tuck pocket, but that seems silly. Let's just put it out here. Let's put it on the front. And then, now since it's on the front, you would have it perhaps, you know, be flying off over this way, and that's too tight. Always kind of close things around so you know if you've got edges that need a little bit of a trim. And I'm just going to trim that. Like that. And then, even though I've got that, it's still showing that little gold. It makes it look like it's got cording. Or, you know, not cording. It looks like it's kind of, I don't even know what you'd call that. Whoops. That's going to glue down. It looks like it was stitched tightly around the edge. I think it's a real pretty look. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all three edges so that we've got some on here. You guys, if you're in the Crafty Bunch, you can just just refresh your browser. We've had a lot of people sick today, and so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So, you know, some days are like that, right? And I hope everybody gets to feeling better. Just seems like some days. Oh, you know, we could put this one down here too. Let's do that. Let's just make this one. We'll just do it as well. Why not? We've got them all printed, right? Surged. That sounds like a good word to use for it. I like it. Thank you. I'll always tell. Oh my gosh, I saw the funniest thing the other day. It says, if you can't think of a word, you just say something like, how do you say, what's the word in English? That it makes you seem like you're bilingual instead of forgetful. I'm just like, oh my word. I tell you, the things people think of, right? Oh my goodness. Let's just do this one. This can be a tuck spot. Thank you, Carol. I'll take all the help I can get. Okay. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys like it like that? I can't even talk. Okay, now let's do this last part, and we can either do. I don't know. I don't really like that. If we were going to do that, I feel like I needed to have added a little flap on the top, and I don't have one ready. So let's just go ahead and do these. We can get these done. Oh my goodness. What's happened here? Oh, I don't even know if some of my stuff went into where it was supposed to go, because where I brought it up, I'm not even under my page name. I'm just under my personal name. Can I tell you the name of the printable? Linda, let me look. I will try to do that. Let me see. Hang on one second. Everybody always likes the name, and I didn't even do that. I usually try to write it down and at least tell you, and today I completely spaced that out. It's called, okay, the Etsy shop is TheEphemeralFox, and it's called Meadow Wildflower. What? Wildflower. What? I can't even tell it. Meadow Wildflower Junk Journal Folio. Oh my word. It can be your first printable. There you go. And I tell you what, they're always having sales on all those Etsy shops, right? Okay, I gotta hurry. I only have a short time. I wish I could tell you who was going to come up after me, but like I said, we've had quite the morning. Actually, let me see. Let me look over here and see if it looks like somebody's going to be able to do it. Oh, I think Heidi from Joyful Artistry by Heidi is going to be up. Excellent. All right. Put this right on the edge there. And then this one here. Sometimes these kind of interlock. Oh, oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, thanks, Martha. Martha was helping me out too. She already knew. Thank you. Yeah, when things go awry because of people not feeling well, you just got to go with the flow, right? I wasn't even sure. I thought maybe if they needed me to, I could come on later. Okay, so now let's get this one on. And then they kind of interlock, which is cool. Well, we could have put another, oh, you know what? That one pocket that I cut the flaps off, we could have put it at the bottom. I'll probably go back in and do some other printing. And remember, make sure that you haven't got it in the way of your score lines. So give it a little fold. And so now this can kind of go like this. Oh, let's shove it up a little bit. There we go. And then I thought this would be cute to put up at the top for like a little tuck spot. You guys, I only have 1 minute left here. And just stick it up here. It can be a little tuck spot. Put it in the middle. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope maybe I shared something that was beneficial. I always try to find, I hope you get something always out. Now, I've got some tiny little Velcro things that I could, you know, pop a little dot on here. I could put some ribbon on still, would be pretty. I could attach a ribbon on here and do it. It's getting kind of full. It's not one to lay flat now. Something we've put in now, and it's probably these pockets here have kind of added to the bulk, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I've had a lot of fun with you, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. So this is part of, and where's my journal? I'll show you one more time what it's going to go with. Well, what do I do with it? Okay, so here's, let me pop you back down here 1 second. Okay, so here, look at that. See, not even the same vendor on Etsy, but I found something that would, you know, go nicely, right? Just wild. But see what I mean about having it wild, but having somewhere that's a little bit softer for your eyes to rest inside. I think sometimes that's important too. You guys have a wonderful day. Let's go see what Heidi's going to be making. Thank you. Bye-bye.